right there. James says, hello. Hi, James. Traverse Industries. All right. Let me see here. How do I copy that? I guess I can't copy it. All right. Let me just type it in. We'll do it that way. See if I spelled that right. TraverseEnterprises.com. James, does this look like your site? Oh, it redirected me somewhere. So don't think this is yours. Let me try that again. Traverse Enterprises. I'm sorry. TraverseEnterprises.com. Sorry, I should have read it a little bit closer. There we go. All right. Traverse Enterprises. Now, James, I know that you are an installer in the window treatment world. So that is your focus, right? So, all right, here we go with the site. As I mentioned, when I scroll, I love the stickiness, right? This is great. I also love the book an appointment. It's black. I guess maybe it does kind of mix in with all the other stuff, but it's not terrible. It kind of sticks out, especially as I cruise down the page. But nonetheless, sticky, great start. I did mention about the social. I would recommend putting the socials in the footer. There's no real advantage to having them up here, and they're going to distract people from leads. Phone number is top right. It is click to call. I would definitely consider making that bigger and bolder and a different color. And then I would probably move these two things, service areas and to the trade, down to your main navigation. You could get rid of this home because that's by default going to be your logo. But so you could have service areas here along with to the trade, typically what we do for our clients there. So just have phone number over here and your call to action in the right. So, all right, let me shrink this down and make sure it is responsive. It is great. That's wonderful. All right, so we've got preview our services, get in touch, book an appointment. Got a couple buttons here. Why should you choose us? All good content, latest blog posts. All right, we're going to look at those. And in the news, I'm assuming the in the news is some sort of a feed that pulls in and changes often. Probably no advantage to that from an SEO standpoint. From a authority, credibility standpoint, probably good. I mean, we're watching the latest things and we know what's going on kind of thing. I think that's good. All right, latest blog post there. I'm going to come back and look at those. So, all right, let's just click a couple things. Preview our services or services. By the way, the one thing I did not see here is location. I do see a Greenville, South Carolina here. I don't see anything else. Man, it's probably down here. There's a Piedmont. That's probably your real address, but that's it. So in our SEO masterclass, one of the first things we talked about in week number 2, which was on-page SEO, one of the first things we talked about was heading tags, H1 tags. Very important for SEO. And a heading tag is the top headline for that page. Here's what this page is about, Google, right? The heading tag for your page is, are you experiencing window treatment challenges? Don't curse it, just traverse it. Cute, but Google's not going to have any idea what that means, right? So I'm going to right click and do inspect on that. And let's see if that is your H1. So it's not, that's an H2. So that's okay. But do you have an H1 on your page? So let's do this. Right click, view page source. We're getting all nerdy here right off the bat. I'm going to do a search for H1. There's some CSS related to H1, but is there an actual H1 tag? There is not. There's no H1 tag on this site. So missed opportunity there. I would add an H1 tag. If you want to leave this because you like it, that's fine. It's an H2. I would put an H1 tag above this that says this is your number one keyword: window treatment installation, Greenville, South Carolina. So when somebody lands on the page, or when Google lands on the page, they know exactly what this page is. They know exactly what it is that this page is about. That would be a good start. At the same time, your title tag is what shows up in the top left on that tab. Well, I'm in Chrome at the point. So your title tag is window treatments, pipe, professional installation, pipe, Greenville, South Carolina. Much better. That's fantastic. That is directed to the point and pretty much says what it is you do and where you're at. So that is the kind of thing that you would also put in your H1 tag. Those two things are really going to help your SEO, quite honestly, just fixing those two things. So why should you choose us? Let me see what this is. So this is also an H2, which is okay. So the way that heading tags work, H1, the most important, you should only have one of those on your page. H2 are subheadings, less important, but should still be keyword related for the most part. And then other tags, H3, H4, H5, H6 are obviously less important as time goes on. So the structure behind this could probably be a little bit different. Or maybe leave this as an H2, but change the wording. So reasons to choose Traverse as your installer in Greenville. I don't know, something like that. So think about getting those keywords in there. You don't want to make it spammy, but you also do want to tell Google what your website is about within reason, right? So, all right, that is the home page. Let's go ahead and go to, I don't know, commercial projects. That sounds good. So commercial window treatment installations, that's great. If that was an H1, I bet that's an H2. Oh, it's an H3. All right, change that to an H1 for sure. And by the way, typically H1, biggest font, H2 a little bit smaller, H3 a little bit smaller, right? They get smaller depending on the theme that you're using, but you can override those. Google doesn't care about the font size and that kind of stuff. A lot of times when people build websites, they're because this font looks the best for what they're doing. But change this to an H1, add the word Greenville, South Carolina on here for sure. That would be your number one H1 tag for this page. The amount of content on this page, very, very small. I would consider creating a lot more content, maybe adding a gallery of a couple of things that you've done. Not too many, because that's gonna page load speed. But I would definitely put some top projects that you've done in here. And then I'd also maybe get rid of these 3 buttons and just have one, so that people aren't confused about the next step, right? If they're not paying attention to this one up here, give them an obvious next step, or put some sort of call to action maybe on the right. Download our 7 tips when putting together your commercial window treatment job, or something like that. There are things you can do related to that too, to kind of get those leads, or just put over here. Need more information? Fill out this form to have somebody contact you. And again, the shorter the form, the better. So, all right, products. Oops, I clicked on products. Let's go to shades. So same thing, shades, Greenville, SC, make that an H1. At this point, these types of pages are going to be competing with actual window treatment dealers. So not sure if you do like the full window treatment dealer thing, or just want to do the install thing. I'm guessing that if somebody says, can you sell me some honeycomb shades? You're going to say yes, right? So if that's the case, your actual shades page, window shades, Greenville SC, really has no content. It literally has this one line in it. So you would definitely want to get some content on this page. And then you've built sub pages underneath, which is actually really good, because now if somebody's typing in honeycomb shades, Greenville, what you want to happen is this page to rank in Google, and you want them to land on this page. You don't want them to land on your home page and then have to go find this page, right? Best case scenario, they type that in and they land here. That's great. And that's what we want to happen. So same thing, fix that, add the area for sure. Content, definitely light. You need closer to 1,000 words, really. which I know is a little bit difficult, but if you start doing things like, what is this, honeycomb shades? So if you go to answerthepublic.com and type in honeycomb shades. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to give you all kinds of ideas for your content. All right, I'm not going to do that. Here are all kinds of things that you can add to that page to make that page longer, make that page more valuable. Things that people are asking related to honeycomb shades. What are? Why? Are honeycomb shades outdated? That's a good one. Can honeycomb shades be cleaned? How to remove, maybe you don't want to do that. How to fix, how to install. So go through these and pick the good ones and add those to your site. So these are H2s, by the way. These are H2 tags. Can honeycomb shades be cleaned? Yes, as a matter of fact, use some hot water and soap, blah, blah, blah. Put your answer there. You're making that page longer and more valuable. Prepositions, honeycomb shades for windows, honeycomb shades for patio doors. So this is a great tool to help you create that content and make that page longer, more valuable to Google, and obviously more valuable to the reader. Now, the other side of that is don't forget your calls to action throughout this. So that since this page is going to get a lot longer, don't forget to put some pictures in there to kind of break up the monotony of the words. And don't forget to have a form, a button, click here to set your appointment, get started now, that sort of stuff in there. So off to a good start. I would if you have some video of honeycomb shades, I would definitely add that to this page. That's something that will keep people on a page longer, which Google is watching how long somebody spends on a page. They do pay attention to that as well. So, all right, that's enough on the website. Let's go ahead and plug this into Ahrefs and see what's going on there. Excuse me. All right, so domain rating 0.9, 0 point, the right path. So as you can see, it is a gain of 0.9, meaning you were at 0 a year ago and you've gained basically 1 point, which is fantastic. You're moving in the right direction. The big thing that is going to influence this more is the next item, backlinks. You currently have 17, or you have 40 links coming from 17 different sites. So if you could focus specifically on link building, that will bump your domain rating and it will ultimately help you rank for more keywords. So definitely need to spend time on that. Again, in my SEO masterclass, that's week 3. We talked about off-page SEO, things that you can do there. All right, next, keyword. You're currently ranking for 72 keywords, which unfortunately is a loss of 73, meaning you've lost 50% of where you were, and we'll see that down here below in a minute. Currently ranking for 72. Let's go on to the next chart. So this is what we're after. And this is the kind of stuff we do for our clients. Look at this blue line just creeping its way up as time goes on. That's great. Keep that going. Keep that momentum going. And if you can, make it a little bit more obvious, right? Really skew it up. The orange line is number of pages on your site. You can see that you did some work. You got some new pages, but then it kind of waned off. The pages might have been new in June of last year, but then the freshness wore off. Maybe you didn't add any new pages, or Google decided those pages weren't as valuable compared to other people's pages related, and they started de-indexing those pages, or just not valuing them as much. And we can see that in your organic rankings. 2 years ago, ranking for 20 keywords. June and July of last year, you're killing it, 278 keywords, and then big drop right at that. This could be a redesign. This could be just the fact that you didn't put any new content, that kind of stuff out there. But definitely for some reason, took your foot off the gas or did something maybe that Google didn't like and they de-indexed you for a lot of pages. I can also see correlation here where 43 pages and then it went down to 29. So a lot of pages were de-indexed on Google's side as well. So that kind of correlates with this huge loss. So, all right, last, let's look at the keywords that you're ranking for. Again, what we're after here is product or service married with location. Okay, so I've never seen the keyword shrimp in curtain rods before. Oh, actually, I have heard of this. This is like a prank. I actually have heard of this now that I think about it. Not necessarily something you want to rank for, but okay, I know what that is. All right, number 2, window treatments, Greenville, SC. Boom, bonus. That is there. 50 searches a month. That is great. If you can continue to rank for that and get that higher, currently you're in position 19, which is the bottom of page 2. You're probably not getting any real traffic from that. In fact, it estimates you're getting 1 visit every 30 days from that. Boy, the potential is basically 2 people a day if you can get that ranking up. So that is a good one. That is a great one. Cellular shades, noise reduction, no value. This is where things start to drop off. There's not a lot related to location. Curtains, Greenville, here we go. 20 searches, so 1 person every other day or so. You're in position 43. So that's the page 5 of Google. So you can see only one page 1 result, and it's shrimp in curtain rods. It's not a generating term. The second term here is for sure, and you're at the bottom of page 2 for that. So let's see if there's anything else in here. So all these other keywords, really, they're great to have, but they're not going to generate any revenue for you. They're not lead generating keywords. Window blinds, Greenville. See, there's another 50 searches a month. You're in the middle of page 7 of Google. That's a good one too. The idea here, obviously, if you can rank for this, if you can rank for, what was that one? This, now you've got 100 people every 30 days looking just for those 2 keywords, right? Now you've got, what is that? 3 people every single day coming to your website because you're just ranking for those 2 terms. So, multiply that times 100 terms that are valuable, and you've got a lot of traffic and a lot of quality eyeballs on your website. Let's see, anything else? Austrian shades, window treatments. Okay. I'm assuming that's like a style or something maybe. So that's it. Maybe 3 or 4 good phrases that you're ranking for. Let's look at page 2 here. Again, nothing related to location. And so since there's really nothing related to location, I would definitely go back and change this H1 tag, honeycomb shades, Greenville, South Carolina. By far, I would do that. Even though you do have it down here, I would definitely have it up here. I would also have it up here in your title tag. So don't worry about the phone number. Don't worry about your brand name. This needs to be honeycomb shades, Greenville, South Carolina. That needs to be what this particular title tag is up here. Almost always the same or very, very close to the same as your H1 tag would really help that as well. And then rinse and repeat for all the product pages on your site. Build this content out. Use that answer the public to make it bigger and better and more valuable. Now, don't just add fluff to the site, to the page, add value, but that would really help. All right, last thing I want to do is go look at your blog. So we've got Why Traverse. That's obviously a promo piece. Let's look at refresh your home. Refresh your Greenville, South Carolina home. New window treatments, something like that might be a better title. And then you've got some good content. I'm going to call it 500 words, maybe 600 words. Again, you need a call to action somewhere, a bright green button that says get started or something like that, right? You've got your about the author, you've got socials, a lot of social links here. Definitely work on the calls to action. I would definitely work on that. So let's just click on this. Heck of it, see what happens. Okay, so it just goes to a share. Like I can share this post, I guess. Okay. All right, very good. All right, hopefully, James, that helps you out, gives you a little bit of direction